Welcome to the deep dive. When something goes wrong in healthcare, it's maybe natural to ask, well, who made a mistake? But what if the real issue isn't just one person? What if it's baked into the system itself? Today, we're doing a deep dive into exactly that, looking at a new paper called Systems Analysis of Clinical Incidents, development of a new edition of the London Protocol.
That's right. And the original London Protocol, gosh, it goes back to 2004, really became this global standard for looking into safety incidents. Its big idea, its core was systems analysis,
Mm.
moving away, from just blaming people and instead trying to understand the whole organization, its strengths, its weak spots. Think of it like opening a window onto the system, right?
Yeah.
To see why things happen.
Yeah.
And it's been used all over Australia, France, Switzerland, even in the WHO's own safety training.
Okay, so it was clearly influential, which brings us to the big question. Why update it now, after 20 years? That's what we want to unpack in this deep dive. Why the change, and what are the really key differences in this new version?
Well, the fascinating thing is just how much healthcare itself has shifted. I mean, people are living longer, right? Often with several complex health issues. And managing these conditions, it doesn't just happen in hospitals anymore. It's happening at home, out in the community, in primary care clinics.
Ah, okay, so the original focus on hospitals, it just doesn't capture the whole picture today.
Exactly. The patient's journey is so much broader now. The old framework, well, it was groundbreaking, but it sort of needed stretching to cover these other settings.
Right. So this new edition, it must have some pretty significant changes to address all that complexity. What stands out?
A really major one, I think, is the much stronger focus and actual guidance on engaging patients and their families, but engaging them as like partners in the investigation.
Partners, that sounds different from how things might have been done before.
Oh, absolutely. Historically, investigations often felt like something done to patients and families, not with them. This new version really recognizes that their experience, their knowledge, it's invaluable. It offers insights you just can't get otherwise. And involving them, carefully of course, can actually help their own recovery process. And crucially, there's now this emphasis on support first. Supporting the patients, families, and the staff involved after an incident before you even start asking them detailed questions for the investigation.
So it's broadening the scope beyond just the technical details of the event itself, extending that care.
Precisely. And it's not just about who is involved, but also when. The updated protocol gives guidance for looking at much longer time frames, recognizing that incidents often have roots way back, it's rarely just one single moment. And another thing, it pushes investigators to highlight the good care that happened too, not just the problems. We learn a lot from what went right.
That's a great point. And how else does it help get a fuller picture?
Well, it also suggests things like direct observation, actually going to the ward or the clinic or wherever the work happens to see the everyday reality, the work as done, not just the work as imagined on paper. You learn so much about the real pressures the workaround staff use. It's vital for designing safer systems.
Okay, so you get all these deeper insights, this richer understanding, but how do you make sure that actually leads to improvements? The so what factor.
Yeah, that's the crux of it, isn't it? Look, the review we did showed that, frankly, a lot of incident analyses end up being a bit superficial. Maybe there's pressure for a quick report, so the recommendations are weak, kind of formulaic, retrain staff, write a new guideline, that sort of thing.
Things that might not tackle the underlying system issues.
Exactly. So the new London Protocol offers a much more structured way to think about recommendations. It stresses careful prioritization, what will really make a difference, and integrating these findings into the organization's wider safety improvement plans, not just letting the reports sit on a shelf. It even gives guidance on writing better, more effective reports. The goal really is to encourage maybe fewer investigations overall.
Fewer. That seems counterintuitive.
Well, fewer, but deeper, more thoughtful,
Yeah.
including doing thematic reviews where you look for patterns across multiple incidents. Instead of lots of quick, surface-level reports, you do fewer, really thorough ones that get to the heart of systemic problems. Sometimes less is more if it's done right.
So ultimately, this whole update, this conversation, it really underscores how vital it is for healthcare to keep learning, keep refining how it improves itself.
Absolutely. Incident analysis, when it's done with this kind of depth, the new protocol encourages, it's not just about reacting after something bad happens. It becomes a proactive tool, part of building a genuinely safer system from the ground up, moving beyond reaction to proactive design.
It really makes you think. And perhaps something for you, our listeners, to mull over. How do we make sure that healthcare organizations don't just know about these better ways to investigate incidents, but are actually supported, trained, and frankly empowered to do them? How do we turn these valuable lessons into real, lasting safety improvements for everyone?